Hello everybody and welcome back to our NASCAR career mode here in NASCAR Heat Evolution. Year 2 Race 20 Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the famous Brickyard 400. We have 2 wins. Could we make it 3 this weekend? Well, let's find out. Let's head into qualifying and we're going to go into session 1 to start out, obviously. And we're going to go into our hot lap. So we just crossed the start finish. We messed up a little in turns 1 and now we are just entering turn 2. If you don't know, it is a rectangle. Indianapolis Motor Speedway is 2.5 miles long, so it's definitely a grind on the drivers, but we messed up turn 1. I was about to say turns 1 and 2, you're so used to an oval. Not the case here. It's a rectangle. We're breaking the shape barrier. Now into turn 3, we're putting down a decent lap. Obviously not as good as we can. That'll come with the engine updates and purchases and all that. Turn 4, we mess up quite a bit, even though it doesn't look like it. We do mess that up quite a bit. And that will give us a final running time of 54 seconds, 0.73. So we head into pit road after, well, not a great lap, and we get 24th. So we will advance to session 2, the last car to advance to session 2. 3 sessions of qualifying here today, 24, 12, and then for the pole. So we qualify literally no better, no worse, the same position. We did not meet the top 12 criteria, so we start this race 24th, and ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Brickyard. Something to expect this year, totally different than last year. Expect chase racing. We have 2 wins, and we are, I believe, 26 in points, so it's going to be a lot of fun from here on out. ESPN notice going off, cause yeah, streak, yeah, I'm going to silence that right now. First time that's ever happened. Back to racing. We're 28th. It's lap 1. We're going down the backstretch. We're sitting, you know, so far -4 spots. Nothing really going right for us right now anyway, but 21 laps, you know, it's not going to make a difference in 2 or 3 laps. You have to pick your battles. You have to choose carefully. Right here, we're not choosing carefully, though. We're going to push the limit 3 wide on Matt DiBenedetto, and I believe that was Ryan Blaney or Trevor Bayne. I think it was Trevor Bayne, but we go 3 wide there on the front straightaway. Luckily, it was about the middle, so we did have time to make our move, and we move up to 26, and now Michael McDowell, that's Trevor Bayne right in front of us, so I believe that was Blaney. If not, I was blind, because why not? So there's Trevor Bayne. Clint Boyer, we're going to pass him. We're going to pass McDowell. Well, maybe not pass Clint Boyer because, you know, be patient. Pick your battles, like I said. Except, if you don't get into the turn well, you're not going to get out of the turn well. That's probably for a lot of corners, obvious reasons. But Indianapolis, I don't know. It's something a little bit different. You see guys running all the way down on the inside wall. We're trying to pass Michael McDowell again. We actually got the back bumper. I always get this confused. Back bumper of him. It doesn't affect us, and now we're on lap 3. So, 26th place. We are running, again, relatively decent. -2 from our starting spot, but you see there's a little gap from us to 27th. It's just the way it works out sometimes. So far, damage is okay. We got a little yellow front end damage. That's from the McDowell incident. Right here, though, we push the envelope towards Clint Boyer. He gets a good run on the high side off turn 3, but we have the positioning on Boyer in turn 4, so we stick our nose in there, and we come out of turn 4 ahead of him by half car length or so. We manage to close that gap right there, and now after 3 laps, we sit 24th, right where we started. So now lap 9, this is when you start making pit stops or start thinking about it. You're going to see about 15, 16, 17 cars immediately pull in and 3 of those are going to be right in front of us. I was thinking about using the hood cam this race. It's a definitely different perspective, point of view, and all that. But I'm so used to cockpit view and inside car. It's what the drivers see. It's what you're gonna see. It's the perspective, all about that realism. But yeah, like I said, 17 cars or so, even more. We moved up to 2nd place, and guess what? That 2nd place would hold until the end of lap 10, because we would run out entering the backstretch next lap if we tried to chance it, and that's not gonna happen for us. We're not gonna DNF ourselves just like that. So this pit stop, 4 tires, no repair, that little damage on the front, not gonna hurt us, hasn't hurt us yet anyway, so no harm, no foul, and 2 cans of Sunoco fuel will hopefully get us to the end. I say hopefully because 21 lap race, you get 11 laps of fuel. While that works out to 22 laps, yes, you should have enough technically. Any incident, anytime you hit the wall, anytime you do something you're not supposed to, you're going to lose a little bit more gas. And that incident with McDowell, well, that seemed to knock us down a lap of gas. Maybe a little more with some other incidents. So now from here on out, we have to play it cool. We can't take any risks. Saying that, lap 16, we're 21st. There's 5 to go, coming to the stripe this time by. Our fuel window, it's an interesting one. It's definitely an interesting one. We have 1 lap short of fuel. Now, the way we can go about this, we can push the car until we're in front of the field, which we're about to do here shortly. You see the position ticker counting. We can do that and push until we get to the front of the field and then pit, or we can hope on a caution. That would probably be the best thing for us, just because of our circumstance. And well, to be honest, it's really the only shot we have at finishing decent. Otherwise, you're looking at probably 33rd or worse. And we haven't had one of those finishes, I believe, in a while. Like 4 or 5, 6 races in a while. So there's the fuel indicator. And the plan is to, with no caution, come in next time by. But anything can happen, right? Well, that's what we're banking on. We're 3rd. This is not for position in front of us. This is Landon Castle in 28th. I believe 2nd is on pit road. And we'll see 1st on the backstretch, if I'm not mistaken, or vice versa. 2nd place is on backstretch, 1st place is so far up. But in 3rd, now we have another problem. Lead lap cars. Logano, Bush, Elliott, Johnson. However, somehow there's a caution, maybe debris on the track, I'm not sure, but we get a caution, and oh boy, that saved us. Half a can of fuel, 4 tires, and we're going for a green, white, checkered. We did drop back to 26th, 27th place. I'm okay with that. I know we can pass people, and it's gonna happen, and we're just gonna have to drive like we know we can. So guess what? Off the restart, you got to protect that inside line. It's very vital. You don't want to go 3 wide at Indy. We saw what happened in real life. We're not going to do it right here. That's not going to happen. So 27th place, guess what? All these guys in front of us right now anyway are not for position. Austin Dillon, Ty Dillon, sorry, Ben Kennedy. They're not for position. They're battling each other. We are ahead of them. They are a lap down. That's the pack we need to focus on right in front of us. Matt Benedetto at the tail end. We get a good run off turn 3 there into turn 4. They are too wide. They are going to slow each other down because it's not just 2 cars. It's 9, 10 cars in a pack. Well, for this instance, it's all 25. So, fuel indicator, we have 1 lap of fuel left. If there were any more laps in this race, we would have run out. I'm saying that right now. We would have run out, and I would have been very unhappy. But the way it worked, guess what? We have just enough fuel to make it to the end of the race. We actually run out as soon as we cross the start finish. So I'm very glad the half a tank of fuel got us to where it got us. We just need to do our part. Speaking of doing our part, we hit Kyle Busch in the back out of turn number 3, and look who's right behind us, Ryan Newman. Why is he important? Wait about 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, hit Kyle Busch again, 4, 5. We put the block on Newman. He gets a run on the inside. We actually sideswipe the wall a little bit. He gets an even bigger run, and across the line, somehow, we actually beat him to the line. Now we're going to hop in the replay view, and the margin of victory over Ryan Newman, I can't describe it. So we're going to fast forward all the way to the end of the race. We're going to back up. We're going to get a good angle. There are guys racing 3 wide. You know you have to. So here's what it looks like from behind us. We hit Kyle Busch. That's the first instance. Off turn 4 onto the front straightaway. You see Ryan Newman coming in our mirror. We put the perfect block on him. He looks low, but we stay up there. We eventually sideswipe the wall, and guess what? From an aerial view, we stay on it a little bit too long, but coming across the line, if it was any further by a couple inches, we would have got 24th. That is the margin of victory. Right there on your screen, we get 23rd, and we get a top 25 from Indianapolis. We were running top 5, maybe a quarter of the race, maybe less than that. In fact, I think it is less than that. But a caution came out. It helped us. I'll take 23rd rather than 33rd or 38th or a DNF or anything like that, or we would have ran out of gas. Points, we move up to 25th. I believe we were in 26th once again. Fastest lap goes to Jimmy Johnson, 52 seconds, .356. Most laps led also goes to Jimmy Johnson, 12 laps led of 21. Chase Elliott would win the race though by a 10th over Jimmy Johnson, who finished second. On the move goes to Boyer, and tough break goes to Austin Dillon. So, not a lot of cars finish on the lead lap. I think that said, what, 26, 27, if that. But, yeah, we finished 23rd. We start 24th. So, all in all, +1 on the day. I'm happy with that. I will take it. Next race, Pocono, race 21. Oh, by the way, we only have 6 races until the chase. So every race matters that much more, especially for the guys that don't have a win. Chase Elliott, he has a win. I don't see 6 different drivers in the next 6 weeks. So he's locked in, I would assume. Pocono, Watkins Glen, Michigan, Bristol, Darlington, Richmond. Then the race for the chase. Well, race for the cup begins. Chase, however you want to say it. We'll see you at Pocono next week. Take care.